Um, I kind of want to talk about like one particular small mitzvah that um, I'll start off with a story just to kind of highlight the point. There was a story that his son was going on a road trip for many weeks, and the dad wanted to stay in touch with his son, so he tells him that he's going to send him money every week, but on one condition, that his son would call him, just to stay in touch and say hi to him on a weekly basis. So sure enough, he goes on the vacation and he sends him money week one, he sends him money week two, and before he left, he gave him a cell phone to call him, and by week three, you know, he stopped calling. He dropped off the money in this specific bank account, and by week three, the money was not in that bank account anymore, and his son got all annoyed. Comes back home 6 weeks later, and he starts yelling at his dad, "You promised me you're going to send me the money, not whatnot." So the dad tells the son, you didn't call me. So the son says, "Well, I tried and I couldn't reach you," and comes up with a million excuses. Um, and the dad tells the son, "Take out the phone that I gave you and turn it on." And sure enough, he turns on the phone, and there's many text messages in there giving him instructions which bank to go to take out the money. And if he would have just turned on the phone to call his dad, he would have realized that all the money was waiting for him all along. So it's a parable, obviously. It's a mashal, it's a parable of, how Judaism kind of functions a little bit. Not exactly, but, similarly, where God gives us all these wonderful commandments, and he tells us very specifically in the Bible that if we listen to them, we will have success. And our struggle is to, believe it, for one. And number two is also, it takes work. It takes a lot of effort, to do them, which is why I want to talk today about a very simple one that a lot of people already keep. And I want to talk about the significance of it, to give it some light, perhaps, in our lives, and give it some meaning. So every weekend, every Friday night is the Shabbos. The Shabbos lasts for 26 hours. And it's a very difficult mitzvah because it's, to do it fully is like pages and pages of instructions, and it's very complicated. I'm a rabbinical student, and I'm still not done with all the instructions. But what I try to do is bite off a small little piece. Every so often I study a little more and try to bite off a little more of, the pie, and I see a lot of success in my emotional health, forget about everything else, disconnecting on a weekly basis, number one, but also appreciating, kind of what it brings to the table, and what it signifies is a little bit more, deep, and we could talk for years and years and years, and we still will not touch even the slightest of, the depth of it. But every Friday night, there's a commandment to light the candles. And the reason that we're given this commandment is to just literally to celebrate the Shabbos arriving. And we try to light two candles. One is to commemorate the keeping of the Shabbos, and one is to commemorate, so to speak, the remembrance of the Shabbos. And, getting into the details of it is obviously, there's so much to talk about in terms of, what each, the Hebrew words are shamor v'zachor, to watch and to remember. So it's kind of like very complex, what are you watching? What are you remembering? But in a nutshell, just for the basics of it, without even talking about the depths of it, when we want to light up our homes, we want to show God that we're trying to keep the Shabbos, and we're just going to light two candles to signify that we want to connect to him. And it's a very pretty basic, thing to do, because it doesn't require much effort. You just set up two candles, you make the blessing, and you literally, cover your eyes, and you're literally have accomplished the entire Shema V'Zachar of the purpose of lighting candles. And a lot of people, talked about the significance and the blessings they see in their lives, and the good things that come from it. in general, the mitzvah of lighting the candles, the truth of the matter is it's, you know, the household, and it's really like on the man to do it. But because the women, you know, in most homes represent the household and run the show, so the commandment was, so to speak, given to the women, and which is a whole different discussion, you know, all the way back to our Sarah menu, where she lit the candles and it became a woman thing to do. And a lot of women connect to that mitzvah very strongly because, you know, they are the light of their families. They're the light of, you know, their husbands, their children. You know, women bring a very, very strong presence, especially in a Jewish home. So that candle lighting is kind of a small way to signify that she's lighting the candles, and she accepts, you know, so to speak, that Shabbos into the home. Just, it's a very basic, you know, mitzvah. It doesn't require much, you know, thought. If you Google, you know, what time sunset is, let's say sunset is today or whatever, 7:30, 18 minutes before, you light the candle, you make a blessing, and you're all set. That's the mitzvah of lighting candles. So it's just like an easy one compared to all the very, very difficult ones that, you know, that are written up in the books, in the halachic books. And I'm assuming that a lot of you do it already. You know, if you don't do it, try it out for a week or two, see if it brings any, you know, light into your world, and I'm sure you'll see blessing from it. You could do it with candles, oil, whatever is very simple, whatever is available. It doesn't have to be anything, you know, expensive, and you'll definitely see blessing from it. All right, thank you so much for joining, and have a good day. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
Thank you, Joe.
Thanks. Have a good one.